Hey guys, JasonLeeno here. I'm back in front of the camera once again. It has been a long time. Trust me, I know. You could probably guess it's been a real long time, hence the beard. But honestly, I can truthfully say that I feel confident once again to step back in front of the camera to give you that training update. Now let's just get right into what I actually said there, feeling confident. Because to be completely honest, guys, after my last video where I stated I was going to dial back on the deadlifting because of the irritation I was experiencing in my glutes from the hip hinge and things like that, I didn't really end up getting into a good place because when it came to even squatting, I was still struggling. And there was no real workarounds for this one. I just been putting myself through so much, trying to avoid quitting or taking time off from heavy lifting, that there was no more workarounds. And that was a hard thing to kind of swallow. I'll be completely honest. It kind of brought me to a little bit of a dark place, and I didn't really feel motivated to really do much. Like, I still trained. It was mostly mindless training for a little bit there, but I still wanted to train. However, I didn't really see the point in stepping in front of the camera once again because my heart wasn't really into it, I'm not going to lie. But fortunately, I have made some decent connections being on social media, despite how small my channel actually is, that I was able to reach out to certain people to kind of help bring me back up to my normal cheerful self. And luckily, since I do record pretty much all my training and a lot of those other quirky videos, I was able to look back on some of my past videos where I was injured. Because let's be honest, guys, we all know I like to get injured. I have a freaking playlist for injuries. Like, it's that bad. But since I have those videos, I was able to look back and see kind of where I've come from before, because despite how irritating this little injury is, it wasn't really my worst one. And I was able to come back from plenty worse injuries. So that was kind of really motivating. That, like I said, I have made some connections with some certain people, and actually a newer one by a gentleman named Brad Arbic, who is a fantastic guy. He is a elite competitive powerlifter. He's also in the U.S. Army. So shout out to him, because he's able to be a full-time service guy and able to keep pushing forward. This thing that we also have in common is injuries. That guy's been through so many injuries. He's pretty much like the little operation guy. It's kind of amusing. You should really check it out. But despite the little joke there, he is probably one of the most genuine people you meet, because he will help you with a lot just by talking to you, giving advice, things like that. And when you're kind of in a small town like myself, who doesn't really have a lot of people that like to lift, it's kind of nice to be able to reach out to someone of his stature to get that advice to kind of bring you back to reality. And his little advice for, injury recovery and things like that have really helped me and actually got me to a point where I'm able to start squatting again. And I have even been messing around with some deadlifts, I'm not going to lie. They've been hex bar deadlifts, but I'm still able to move weight, because it got to a point where I wasn't even able to put 225 on my back. And the fact that I'm able to start progressing again makes me super happy. But I'm not going to do my typical routine where I go YOLO, put 300 on my back and say, okay, I'm a power lifter. It's going to be a while, I'm not going to lie, guys. However, my main focus when it actually comes to training, despite recovering, is the bench. I learned to really, really love the bench. I'm not super great at it, as you guys know. However, I've been able to put a decent amount of work in and make decent progress. I haven't aimed for any PRs or anything like that, but I can tell you this. I have not had this much aesthetic for my upper body like ever. And the fact that I'm just basically focusing on upper body and really just minuscule work on the lower body, it's big difference because all I really used to do is train the lower body. If you really think about it, deadlifts and squats constantly, benching whenever I could. Yeah, it's not the case anymore. It's all about the bench, which has been kind of sweet, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it is eventually, but it's not going to be the typical hair to the finish line. I'm going to be that tortoise, guys. I'm taking my time because I don't really like getting injured. I'm still young. I don't want to cripple myself completely. But with that being said, the training has kind of been in a unique fashion. The way I've been progressing is been in a concurrent style. So if you guys remember, I did concurrent before, or what you would want to call conjugate, back when I took some aesthetic templates and stuff like that. But I've been doing that mainly because since I am so restricted in most of the movements that I can do, doing concurrent kind of adds that variety in my training to kind of keep it still interesting. So I'm going to keep going with that and still keep feeling out my lower body. So like right now I'm mostly focusing on front squats, but I'm going to keep filling that out until I get to a point where I will start trying to do my traditional back squat and potentially deadlift. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. But when it comes to that, like I mentioned, it's all about the recovery. But guys, that's just the update. It's kind of all over the place because it's really where I was, where I am, and where I want to be. But I want to get that wheel going to keep the videos coming to you guys and keep me accountable once again. But like I said, that's the video, guys. So do me a favor, go down below, drop me some comments because I'd love to hear what you have to say. While you're there, you might as well check out Brad Arbic's channel because he is a small YouTuber like me. Well, not like me because he's bigger physically and well on YouTube as well. But just to kind of give him a shout out to show that appreciation, because since he's been so helpful to me, I want to try anything I could do to help him out. But like I said, that's the video. So just hit that like, share, and subscribe to spread that love, and I will see you next time.